Good morning, everyone. Check, check. Should never give the drummer a microphone. My name's Mike Hamilton. I am founder of a company, CI Security. We kick the bad guys out of computer networks. I was a policy advisor for Governor Inslee in Washington State. I was the vice chair of the State, Local, Tribal, and Territorial Government Coordinating Council for Homeland Security. I was the chief of information security for the city of Seattle for about 8 years. I was the managing consultant for VeriSign's Global Security Consulting. And I'm a drummer in a punk band in a blue-collar shipyard town, so buckle up. I'm going to try and demystify things here and take these away from scary cyber Russian buffer overflow SQL injection. I've briefed a lot of attorneys. In fact, we have some pretty big law firms that are our clients, and elected officials, senators, etc. There are 3 things that go wrong, and you can really package it this way. There's unauthorized disclosure of protected records, the dreaded records breach, thing everybody thinks is the worst thing in the world. And there's a cost associated with that. It's about $200 a record. Unless you're in the health sector, it's about $400 a record. There's theft and extortion. Well, there was a session on business email compromise. That's theft. I'm fooling you into sending me money. Here's an invoice from somebody you never know to pay it. Do a wire transfer, etc. Extortion. There's a session on ransomware. Ransomware is another one of the dumb words that we have in our business. It's extortion. That's what it is. It's not ransomware. It's not identity theft. It's fraud. So, unauthorized disclosure of records, theft and extortion, and the last one is service disruption. So if your service is a maritime port and you're moving trillions of dollars of goods in and out of the country, disrupting that operation has an immediate financial impact on the entire United States. And I know this because back in my state, I'm going to be on a flight back to Seattle here in a couple hours, we had a longshore slowdown, and it took about 24 hours across the country for that to be felt. So my point here is, you can package things that go wrong very simply into these 3 things. There are costs associated with every one of these, and when you turn the conversation away from scary Russian cyber stuff to dollar amounts of liability, you start to have the real conversation you want to have. So we're talking a little bit about managing risk. Risk has 2 parts: the likelihood of a bad thing happening and the impact of that thing happening. That's what the risk expression, it's that simple. Buying down the risk in the likelihood that something bad will happen is done through preventive controls. Firewalls, antivirus, URL filtering, email security, employee training, vulnerability management. That's all trying to make something not happen, and it will never, ever drive the probability of that event to 0, ever. And I know this because part of our company is consulting, we do penetration testing, and we always win. We always get in. We get into your hospital, we get into your bank, doesn't matter. What's that tell you? You're secure until your ticket is punched. And then you deal with the other term, the impact. So if you're watching that network, and Mark made this point, and you're a managed service provider, you're watching that network, if your wire transfer system is talking to Ukraine, you should probably know that. And you should probably take immediate action. So if the impact of that, because people are going to be people, right? Doesn't matter what controls you put in place, there is no firewall for stupid, and there never ever will be. Somebody's going to do something. I'll get you to bite on bait, I'll throw USB sticks into your parking lot. It's not that hard. That impact can be the help desk cleaned up a workstation, or that impact can be the FBI just called and all of our records are for sale online on the dark web. You get to choose which one of those. So my point here is, this is more easily packaged than all of the media and the spookery would lead you to believe. It has to do with money, not bits and bytes, and there are 2 things you need to worry about: making something less likely to happen, but being prepared that when it happens, you got a plan, and you put out the little fire before the house burns down. I look forward to a great conversation too. Thank you.